Anthony Edwards is the best two guard in the league right now and looking to become the next face of the NBA. With his silky jumper from both 3 and mid-range paired with absolutely elite jumping ability, people often forget that he plays defense too. So you can tell by the title of today's video, I decided to make an Anthony Edwards build and give you all my honest review, seeing if it was actually worth the money. So without further ado, let's jump into this video. Don't forget to like the video, man, subscribe, turn on the post notifications if you haven't yet. Jesus Christ first always. Enjoy. YouTube, Romanic, aka Gaming with Romsky. Look, I appreciate you guys tuning in to another video. As you saw by the title and as I just said, today I'm coming out with an Anthony Edwards right-handedness jersey number 5 build. So I'm not going to waste too much of your time. We're going to hop straight into this build, but I just want to say I appreciate you guys for tuning into the video. Thank you for getting the channel to 800 subs. We're going to keep pumping out these build videos for you guys. Before we get started into this build video, make sure you grab your coffee here. I got this little black coffee. I'm trying to, grow this mustache, so I got to get this black coffee in. Hold on, let me get a little sip of it before we jump into this. Put your thinking caps on. Get your drink, get your beverage. If coffee's not your beverage of choice, go get whatever your beverage of choice is. Sit back, relax, and enjoy this Anthony Edwards build review that I'm going to be giving you guys. Let's go ahead and get started. So Anthony Edwards, right-handedness, jersey number 5. Pro tip, if you want him to be number 5, put him on the Nuggets. That worked for me. He's going to be a shooting guard. His height is going to be 6'4", weight 200 pounds, and the wingspan 6'10". So pretty long wingspan if you ask me. But let's go ahead and jump into it. I'm going to get these physicals out of the way first. So our speed is going to be an 80. Sorry, I misspoke. Our speed is going to be an 89. Our agility is going to be the 80. And then our vertical is going to be an 80. That's going to be very important, which I'm going to get into right now in a little bit. Strength is going to be a 71, so we actually have a decent amount of strength. And since I'm on it, this gives us immovable enforcer, which you'll see. It's not showing up right here in the tier 2 badge, but it will show up in the future. That's just because I don't have the perimeter up yet, I think. Yeah, I need to put the perimeter up before I can show you guys that I got immovable enforcer on bronze. But let's go ahead and move on to the finishing here first. Now that we got the physicals out of the way, again, 89 speed, 80 agility. I'm just double checking my work. 71 strength and 80 vertical. And if you guys aren't tuned in to what sort of this portion of the channel is I just make these builds. I give you guys an honest review, let you know if it's worth the money. So let's go here to the drive and dunk, which is our most prominent, highest attribute on the finishing. So our drive and dunk is going to be a 93. This is very important, and one of the reasons why I wanted this is because we all know Anthony Edwards is a great dunker. With that being said, I'm going to put you guys on why I did the 93 dunk and the 93 dunk and the 80 vertical. So with the 93 dunk and the 80 vertical, you're going to get the small contact dunks off one, and you're also going to get the Russell Westbrook dunk style. I didn't know I wanted Russell Westbrook dunk style, but when I was looking through the builder, or not the builder, but the animations, I seen Anthony Edwards dunks, and I play with his dunks in 2K24, and I wasn't the biggest fan of him only because he tends to jump off 2 feet, and Russell Westbrook is more of an explosive off 1 foot type of jumper. That is the reason why on the signature dunks I didn't equip Anthony Edwards, but I did equip Russell Westbrook. My logic there also was, in order to unlock the Russell Westbrook dunk style, you need a 93 dunk and an 80 vertical, which is basically like, if I have to pay more attributes wise to get the dunk style, more than likely it's going to be a better dunk style than the Anthony Edwards one. So that's why I equipped Russell Westbrook, and we all know Russell Westbrook in his prime was a very explosive dunker. So that's why I chose the 93 and the 80 vertical, and I'm sure I'm going to be showing you guys a lot of clips, man. I had a big feeling about this build. The big feeling was sort of an uneasiness when it came to the dunk meter, because the dunk meter in 2K24 was really good. It was easy to time, and when I say good, it was very cheesy. But if you watch my Curry video, which I'm gonna put right here in the link in the description below, I was saying with the layup meter, that arrow timing was very confusing for me, and I feel like I was mistiming it quite a good amount. So I was nervous that that was gonna be the same thing when I try to do the dunk meter. But to tell you guys the truth, I've been having a lot of fun with it, and I've really feel like I've got the timing down. Like, it's very rare that I'll mistime it. If it's a mistime, it's probably more than likely me letting go of it too early. But I've really enjoyed it, and I feel like the driving dunk meter doesn't change dynamically per se as the layups meter because when I was doing the Curry build, I was missing a lot of layups, and I felt like I was timing it right, but maybe it's because it doesn't dynamically change. Some sort of weird thing that 2K does in the background with the drive and dunk versus the drive and layup. Maybe layup's just harder to time overall, or maybe because my layup wasn't as elite as a 93 driving dunk. I don't know, but bottom line is the 93 driving dunk with the meter, very cheesy. And if you really practice with it in the rec, in the ones build, not the ones build, but the ones court, you could have a a lot of fun with it. It's a lot easier to time than I would say the driving layup is, at least in my experience thus far in this game. Again, this is only my second build, so take that with a grain of salt. But anyways, the 78 close shot we're gonna get just because we have our driving dunk this high. The layup we're also gonna get with a 73 because we have the driving dunk so high. The standing dunk at a 38, I don't think I could take that down, and I actually think that was actually on my final build. This was actually at a 45, so this might have been, in hindsight, maybe I could put that down, but that might be tied to a different attribute. But the post control is going to be on a 36. So like I said, our driving dunk is going to be a 93, our layup is going to be a 73, our standing dunk a 45, a post control a 36, and the close shots at the 78, just because we need it there for this high driving dunk. If you're planning to make a lot of builds, don't even put the post control and the standing dunk up or the close shot. I don't even have my layup up. It's really not worth the VC. If you just want to make a build to dunk, put it at the 93 dunk, get what you need to get from that, put the VC into that, but don't waste your VC on the post control or the standing dunk and the close shot and the driving layup. I don't even have the layup up. You just, whenever you go to the rim, you're not going to layup, you're going to dunk on someone. Another thing that I'll say, the post control, I understand that Ant plays with his back to the basket. It's a trade-off with this builder. I couldn't put that on this build and get everything else that I wanted. But let's go ahead and move on to the shooting. So our mid-range is going to be a 92 mid-range, and we're going to pair that. Give me 1 second here. 92 mid-range. Let's go right here. He has a high wingspan, and he still gets a pretty high mid-range and a 3. So I really do like that because that'll help you a lot on the defense. The three-pointer is going to be an 83. We get bronze limitless range, as you can see right there. Set shot specialist going to be on gold, shifty shooter on gold, and then deadeye on gold. That's from our mid-range, which is really good. A pro tip, if you can swing a high mid-range and you still want to be able to shoot, having a higher mid-range will give you some good badges in order to shoot better at the 3. Free throw, we actually was able to get a 99 free throw out of this. You know how there's no free points from the badges on this 2K25 like 2K24 had, but I really do think that the free throw is tied to a high attribute rating versus the badges that we used to have in the 2K24. So I mean, I've probably missed 2 free throws out of like 50, and I play a lot in the rec, but the mid-range is solid. I shoot a little the little post fade, or not the post fades, but the running mid ranges decently. I actually think that because I was able to put a high mid range, I was able to keep the jumper that I had on the Curry build. That's actually helped me a lot get used to the timing of the 3-pointer. I'm not using the tempo, so it's been a lot of just me having to learn what the timing of the jumper is. And now that I've probably put in like 5-6 weeks on this same jumper since I used it on the Curry build, I've really been enjoying it, and I really feel like he shoots at least. I hate to say this, but he actually shoots almost identical to the Curry build. Like, the Curry build was supposed to be the elite 3-pointer, and we all know Curry to be, but this build is actually probably a better shooter. Maybe it's because I got the jump shot packs. Like I said in my last video, we need those jump shot packs. I can't really go to the rec. I can't play the ones without the jump shot packs. Unfortunately, that's how 2K's made the game. If everyone else is buying the jump shot packs, you at a disadvantage if you don't got the jump shot packs. But there I go rambling. I don't really shoot the mid-range. I'm really more of like I'm gonna shoot the 3 or I'm gonna go dunk on someone. The reason why I put the mid-range up is because I want those shooting badges. So let's go ahead and move on to the playmaking. The pass accuracy is going to be a 75. I didn't know this, but I mean, we're gonna get silver break starter, we're gonna get silver dimer, but we're also gonna get Anthony Edwards pass style unlocked at a 74. So that was really nice, just to sort of fit in tune with this Anthony Edwards build. For the speed with ball, we're gonna have an 87, and for the ball handle, we're gonna have an 84. Sorry, not an 84, but an 86. This is actually very underrated to me. So because we're under 6'5", we're gonna get a lot of the same build, not build, but the animations that Curry's build got. We're gonna be a lot stronger. We're gonna have silver ankle assassin, we're gonna have silver handle for days, silver strong handle, and silver unpluckable. Now, if this was a point guard, I would recommend you put it up to 92 ball handle so you can get gold unpluckable, because getting ripped as a point guard just shouldn't be happening that often. And there's been moments where this build has had to play the PG, and honestly, I wouldn't recommend this for a PG build. Having the ball in your hands too much with this build is probably not recommended. Now, maybe you have better dribble animation or dribble styles, not dribble styles, but maybe you're a little bit better with the sticks than I am, and maybe you can get away with just silver unpluckable. But again, I don't recommend that for a point guard, but it works on this build because I play the shooting guard. I play a lot of off-ball cutting. I will get the ball occasionally in the rec in 5s, and I can go to work, but that's mainly in the half court. I think that this ball handle and the speed with ball is very underrated though. So with the ball handle, and since like I said, I'm under 6'5", I'm going to get Darius Garland escape. I'm going to get Darius Garland behind the back. And I'm also going to get the Luka step back. Those are all tied to your ball handle, as well as the Darius Garland aggressive breakdown. And I'll put my animations that I'm using on the screen here. Another thing is the speed with ball is mainly tied to your dribble style. So I get Darius Garland dribble style. That's unlocked at an 85. So I do think you can be cheesy with this. And another thing that I looked at was the Kyle Lowry hop jumper. I've mainly been using the Jordan Clarkson hop jumper. I didn't realize this, but these are actually tied to your mid-range or your 3. So for the Jordan Clarkson hop jumper, you need to be under 6'10" with an 82 midi or 3, and then for the Kyle Lowry hop jumper, you need to be under 6'5" with a 78 plus mid-range or 3. So those are very cheesy animations. I really stick to the Luka step back. I stick to the Darius Garland behind the back, and then I also stick to the Jordan Clarkson hop jumper. That's really all you need, and you can be really sweaty in the not only the rec, but I really like this build for the ones court, which I'll get into when I get into the defense. So that's that for the playmaking. The pass accuracy is decent. I would say that it can be a little better, but again, you're not running the point, so run the shooting guard. Shooting guards are mainly there to shoot or score, as their name implies. So let's go ahead and move on to the defense. This is one of my favorite parts of this build. We're going to have a 91 steal. On Curry, I didn't have gold glove. On this build, I do have gold glove. And there's a new feature where you can actually +1 the attributes, which I didn't find out until I unlocked that portion of the game. Or I think I bought level 40 and I think that unlocked. But I got gold glove, and I can actually get this to Hall of Fame glove. I'm going to be ripping the rock out of people's hands way more on this build than I did with Curry's build. And the interceptor on gold, you can't go wrong with interceptor. Upgrade that to a Hall of Fame, and I do think the Hall of Fame interceptor, you're going to get more steals than if you were to have Hall of Fame glove. This is again with that +1 feature that 2K25 introduced. The 91 steal is sort of like the best middle ground between not being like a pure lockdown and still having the ability to get some steals, because 91 steal is very elite. It's not pure lockdown level, it's not like 95, 96, but if you get that +1, you can get Hall of Fame interceptor. I'm a big fan of that, and I really like this part of the build. The perimeter, we're going to be at an 85 perimeter. Let's see what that gives us here. Silver challenger, silver on-ball menace, silver pick dodger, and as you see right here, we actually get bronze immovable enforcer. I actually use this. I +1 this and put immovable enforcer on silver because there's 2 +1 attributes that you get. You get a tier 1 +1 and a tier 2 +1. I got this on silver right now. And so moving on to the interior. The interior is going to be a 76 interior. This is important because, like I was saying, I made this build to be playing in the ones. Curry's build was so trash in ones. He was too small. Again, this build at 6'4", you're still going to run into people who want to be stupid. And if you're out there and you do this and you're watching this video, if you're a 7-footer or like a 6'11" and you go to play the ones, you're just lame, bro. Because all you do is just back people down, blah, 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 and just lay the ball up. Like, it takes no skill. But beyond that, this build is very elite in the ones court. He has interior defense. He could dunk. So once you blow past someone, you're going to dunk on them. Use the meter. You can steal the ball, and you could also, which I'll get to on the rebound, this acts as 61 rebounds, so you have rebound chaser on bronze. You could get rebounds. And moving on to this attribute, 68 block is going to give us the high flying denier that we want right there. Sometimes I've noticed with 68 block, if I jump up, they just lose the ball. Like, it helps you. It definitely helps you. The 76 interior defense definitely also helps. Put your hands up, get between your man and the basket, and you're going to get a stop. Again, this build is very versatile. This is probably a build that's very much so worth the money because you can play in the rec, you can play in the threes, and you could also play the one. So if you're tight on money and you want to make a build that can do everything, this is very much so that build. Moving on to the last attribute, and I'm sorry if I've been rambling a lot, but we got a 61 defensive rebound, and the offensive rebound I had to put up to a 27 to get 99. Y'all, that's the build. An honest review, I cooked up with the Curry build, I think, but I think I might have exaggerated at the end of the video. This build is probably a 9.6 out of 10. Can do everything. You're gonna have a lot of fun with this build. You can play defense. You're not a liability. You can play to the ones court. You get that silver immovable enforcer if you +1. Anthony Edwards is looking to take the league by storm this year. He wants to become the face of the NBA, and I think I might have just made the build that'll help him do that, not only in the real life, but maybe in the 2K25 community. Let me know what you think about the build. Let's go ahead and show you guys what shades this build gets. So as you can see, we got Donovan Mitchell, Derek White, And Doug Christie, I actually like that because Donovan Mitchell's elite offense, Derek White elite defense. You're a two-way mid-range slasher. The name's alright. But anyways, man, God bless you guys. If you made it to the end of this video, I really appreciate you. Can you share it with grandma, with auntie, with uncle? Can you do that for me? I love you guys, man. God bless you. Till the next one. Deuce.